Alrighty, I'm coming in hot. I got some tough takes and strong questions for you about Cowboys linebacker Jack Sanborn. I see a lot of hype out there. When I dig, I have a lot of questions. Like, can Jack Sanborn really play, or is he a modern-day Rudy? Let's hit it.
The only thing else I got to say is, how about this Cowboys? Yeah!
Okay, now jokes aside, I do want to get serious on this because I think the Jack Sanborn story is actually what people think Caitlin Clark is benefiting from. Okay, let that sink in. People believe Caitlin Clark isn't actually that good, like Dennis Rodman talking about Larry Bird back in the day. But the truth is, Caitlin Clark is one of the best basketball players in the world. Some people believe she's getting extra benefit or perceived quality because of the color of her skin, but I think it does actually apply with Jack Sanborn. Okay, that critique actually applies to me. It's a fair rabbit hole, and I invite you to join me in this discussion. Leave your thoughts down below. How much does race shape how fans and media perceive quality, perceive effort, toughness, or value? Okay, now I see a lot of hype with Jack Sanborn out there. The guy was a free agent, okay? And I don't want to be critical of him. As a Cowboys fan, I'm hoping all these guys can be Pro Bowlers or maybe even all pros. And we're talking about the need to have 12 to 15 really good football players on this team to put them back into a championship situation, you know? But if it had been a trade, if it had been a situation like Eberflus needs Sanborn, Bears trade their guy, and the Cowboys gave something of significant value back because Sanborn's going to unlock this defense for Eberflus, I'd be like, okay, great. But in a league starved for talent and desperately seeking in every corner players that don't make a lot of salary cap percentage but give you a lot of production, 31 other teams looked at Jack Sanborn and said, Cowboys, you can have him for 1 year and $1.5 million. That to me feels a lot more like nobody else wanted him. Okay, now maybe calling him Rudy's too far, okay? I don't want to clown the guy. I don't want to disrespect him, and Rudy really couldn't play. Sanborn at his core is what I like to call a try-hard jobber, okay? And hey, jobber's a pro. You know, jobber's going to go in there and get the job done. He's going to put on a good show. He's going to have the effort in there for you, but he's not the champ, okay? Now, I obviously, I'm not wanting to, have a lot of patience for the idea that Sanborn can be a champion, a Pro Bowler, and all-pro, right? That's That would be the Rocky Balboa portion of the Great White Hope. Balboa's a three-time champ, right? He beat Creed, he beat Lang, he beat Drago. That guy's undisputed. But, maybe something like a Peyton Hillis version of linebacker. Great story, great dude. Maybe the 2023 Dad of the Year, Peyton Hillis. I mean, the story of what this guy did for his family is just incredible. And he had that one great year that got him the Madden cover. Maybe this can be Sanborn's one great year. But as far as real football value, the run defense is pretty legit, although he does have to take chances. He doesn't have great speed or great wrapping up or great tackling or explosiveness, but the run defense score is legit, better than average. Pass rush actually solid. PFF gave him a 70.1. Coverage is a woof. Okay, 45.1 puts him near the bottom of the league. So I think the truth is Sanborn is not a liability if he's used properly, and that is why he could never become a full-time starter. Can we get 3rd and 2? Where's Sanborn? Is the team crushing us? First down runs again and again and again. You bet you're leaving Sanborn in there. Travis Kelce in his prime, get the hell off the field on 3rd and long for Sanborn. Unless you're blitzing, apparently he can blitz pretty good. Okay, now, the videos go on and on about Sanborn. There's a bunch. Most of them are about how hard he tries. People like watching guys who try super hard, and I don't want to make a negative trait out of that. And, it is what I think endears the working man to sport when we see these lunch pail kind of guys. And he is good at slipping blocks. He is good at finding the ball. He is good at making the hustle plays, but when it comes to tackles, and we saw this a lot with Jalen Smith, how often are you making the tackle after the ball carrier is across the line of scrimmage? How often are you making that tackle after he has gained 8 yards? Are you arriving in the gap to thump him, or are you just kind of in that gap and deterring him to go to a different spot? So you're a good team defender, and those are the things that I think we're seeing when we punch up this Jack Sanborn. Okay, so yeah, Can he play kinda? Is he special? Probably not. Is he overhyped because of how he looks? Probably. That's what I think. Okay, I'm here to be honest with you, so let's end with this. How confident are you right now in the Cowboys linebacker room and where Jack Sanborn fits into this? I think he is a placeholder until Overshown gets back. Hopefully Leafau grows up, and who knows? Maybe the Cowboys will even spend a top 10 pick on a star linebacker if things don't work out. How about wow?